Football is back, and Underdog is the best place to make picks and win money all season long. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, and more. Get your picks right and you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. You can play with as little as $1. Download the app today and sign up with promo code SPORTS365 to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. That's promo code SPORTS365. Millions of fans have already won billions making picks on Underdog. Will you be next? Underdog. Make picks. Win money. Must be 18 and up, 19 and up in Alabama, Nebraska, 19 and up, and in Colorado for some games, 21 and up in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, and must be present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. That's 467-369. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details.
Welcome into Paul Catalina's Top 5, brought to you by Flag Anthem. Use our promo code 365sports for a discount at checkout. Well, what could today's Top 5 have been? If you are a regular viewer of the show, you know that as soon as a coach gets removed from their position, I do a top 5 list of the candidates, and sometimes several coaches get fired in the same day, so they stagger throughout the week. Well, only one coach got fired yesterday, and that was Brian Kelly, the only coach who's successfully been able to clear out Death Valley on a Saturday night, and he coaches at LSU. Or I could say that was Mike Elko that did that, but say what you will about the end of the Ed Orgeron and Les Miles eras, they never cleared out Death Valley after a bad game. Garrett, am I wrong there?
You are correct, unfortunately.
Yes. So someone was never really a fit, and now we're going to try somebody who is a fit. Now let's hearken back into the past, the far distant past of 2019. For number 5, Joe Brady, current Bills offensive coordinator and architect of the offense that won the 2019 national championship. Now, I don't want to overstate his value, but he did have Joe Burrow and Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase and basically the entire Avengers playing for him on offense. But he's a very good play caller. Josh Allen's career has only gotten better since Joe Brady has joined the Bills and put his influence on that offense, replacing Ken Dorsey just a couple of years ago. So I see him being a very real candidate and being a head coach either in college or the NFL soon. He has a good connection to LSU, so I would not be surprised to see him wind up with this job. Number 4, and I have him ranked here at 4 is Lane Kiffin. This is a picture of him just doing whatever he's going to do wherever he lands, whether he stays at Ole Miss, goes to Florida or Penn State. They may call him, I don't know, or goes to LSU. I think they need to take one big swing and then really focus on who's a fit, because I think Lane Kiffin's a great fit at LSU, culture-wise, attitude-wise, and all of that. And he's the only guy I think that is worth the money that you're going to have to pay a guy like Lane Kiffin. Now, look, you're going to pay a lot of money no matter what, and you've committed to that. But if you're going to take a buyout, all these different things that you're going to have to do to get a big-time coach, I think Lane Kiffin is the one who fits the most. And I can't say that Florida is better set up right now to win a national title than Ole Miss is. I can't say that LSU clearly is, because every coach but Brian Kelly of their last 4 has won a national title. Number 3, Kenny Dillingham. I think this one is a long shot. I don't think he would leave his alma mater, but for a job like LSU, maybe. But I'm putting him on this list because I think he's one of the best coaches that you can have for this job, because Brian Kelly's problem over all of it is that he is not 100% accountable for the issues that go on. For example, if you watched the Texas A&M game the other night, when something went wrong, he was not, kind of sloughed over and apoplectic or looking inward like I would compare to Billy Napier did that. Mike Norvell is currently doing that. He's more like James Franklin, where he liked to blame everything around him before he got to him. Kenny Dillingham is one of the most accountable human beings in the world. And if this was a longer segment, I would play a clip of him talking about how every decision comes back to him as the head coach. And that's what they need at head coach more than anything is accountability. Tons of guys can X and O, but to be the head coach in a premier program like LSU, you need to be able to stand up in front of microphones and say, this is on me. We messed up. We got out-coached. We will do better next time. I don't think he did that all that often. Number 2, another guy who is accountable, very, very accountable. Brent Key at Georgia Tech. Look, he's an alum. It's another guy you're going to have to pull away from their alma mater, but I think Brent Key should be a top 3 candidate for about 7 or 8 jobs out there because he is that good of a coach. And he is just so far, if you're drilling the well for the oil, they're not even to the honey hole yet with Brent Key. His best years are yet to come, and that's clear. Accountability, toughness. This guy is LSU through and through on that regard. Now, he's a Georgia Tech guy, so you're going to have to make a pretty sweet offer for him to leave that conference and that job, which is all of a sudden really good in a great recruiting area like Atlanta. And number 1, he has to move 84 miles. John Summerall at Tulane. Defense first, run the ball, all these things that have always worked at LSU. John Summerall is the perfect coach for LSU right now. In fact, they should maybe interview a couple other guys, but like John Summerall should be the number 1 target. I worry that that's not a big enough name for Scott Woodward, who likes to big game hunt, but John Summerall checks every single box that LSU will want, every single one, and need. Not all the ones that they want, because Scott Woodward, again, wants a bigger name, but guess what? He hired Jimbo Fisher at A&M and Brian Kelly at LSU, and that's a lot of buyout money. $130 million worth of buyout money, to be exact, for 2 guys. So maybe shoot a little smaller, Scott. Well, that's going to do it for us. Andrew Relates Carnival starts right now.